What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to the Crypto Catch Up. Of course, your number one place to catch up on crypto. Now, today we're going to be taking a quick look at Jasmy's price specifically because what we are seeing is a little bit worrying, and I need you to be prepared for whatever happens next. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's catch up on crypto, my friends. And don't forget, if you do want to trade some Jasmy on all the way up to 50x leverage without needing to KYC, which means you don't need to give any of your personal information over, use my Margex link down in the description below, guys. And the greatest part is when you do sign up and start trading, you're going to get up to $10,000 in bonuses when you do sign up again. So make sure that you do go check out that link down below. Now, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, what we're going to be focusing on today is what is happening from a channel and a structural perspective for Jasmy. As many of you know, in the last video, we were talking about the fact that Jasmy's price had finally broken out of this descending structure in which it had been in realistically since June of this year. So spending multiple months within this channel, 4 or 5 months. And I told you all that breaking out of this channel is one of the most bullish things that Jasmy can do, because the likelihood is here is that that is going to open up the door for Jasmy to try over an extended period of time, right? Not immediately, but an extended period of time to start trying to make that move back towards the upside. And overall, what I told you is that you needed to be aware that one of two things was going to happen. Jasmy's price was going to break out of here and back test and try to hold some support outside of this channel, or it was going to come back down, lose support, and head back in the channel, and that would be rather bearish. But we knew this back test was going to happen. Why? Because it always happens. What you have to understand is that for a crypto to break a resistance zone, say this is a zone of resistance and your price has come back up to it and kind of got rejected, came up to it, got rejected, came up to it, etc., and broke above it. It took to get this breakout here, right? For this crypto to break this key point of resistance, it took a lot of energy. It took a lot of bullish momentum. It took a lot of bullish liquidity because you have all that bearish liquidity pushing the price down and pushing the price down. And the bulls have to step in and push hard and push hard and push hard to get it above that thing, right? And so oftentimes when a crypto is capable of breaking a resistance zone, you're going to see the price start to come back down towards that. And the reason being is because all of the energy that was expended trying to get above this resistance zone needs to be built back up. The bulls need to get some more cash ready. We need to kind of just rest and relax because we won a hard fought battle there. And so oftentimes when you break a resistance zone, you will see the price kind of struggle a little bit first and then try to make the move to the upside after it cools down a little bit, allowing many of our indicators to calm down. And we knew that we would see something like that. We have been in this channel for 4 to 5 months. So of course, breaking out of this, we would see a little bit of a cool down. No big deal, no worries. The issue that we're having right now though, is that as Jasmy's price is starting to cool down, it's cooling down fast. And of course, this is a result of the market. Of course, this is because many of your other alts are pulling back, but at the end of the day, you can't ignore the fact that that is what is happening. And as this cool down and pullback is happening, Jasmy's price is teetering on the edge right now of deciding if it's going to fall back within this structure or if we're going to be able to consolidate outside this structure. Now, it's not the end of the world if Jasmy decides to consolidate and fall back within this wedge. It's just not good. You know, it's just not good. When you get a breakout to the upside, you want to see that breakout last. You don't want to see a fake out to the upside because oftentimes what happens is it will lead to a capitulation. It will lead to Jasmy falling back to, 2 cents or a little bit below that 1.9, 1.8 cents. And who really wants to deal with that? Nobody wants to deal with that. Because the better alternative here is that if Jasmy's price does cool down, we get a little pump and we start to consolidate. Even if we go back to the same levels, even if we go back to 2 cents, we would rather stay and get to 2 cents outside of the structure. And the reason being is because we don't have to go through that bullish fight anymore. We don't have to, we don't have this massive point of resistance sitting directly above us, so that anytime we try to make a moves upwards, we're getting run into by resistance, and we're seeing all this bearish liquidity stepping in, forcing the price back down and forcing the price back down. We want all of this open space here so that when we do start making moves, we're not limited by bearish liquidity and we can really make that move upwards. And so that's why it's so important that right now, as Jasmy's price does start to consolidate, that we see this thing consolidating and we're holding outside of the channel, stay on top of the channel. Because if it falls back in here, sure, we could find some support and we could make this move to the upside, but you have to understand the move to the upside will be stifled by the fact that we have to fight this resistance zone again, and there's going to be a ton of bearish liquidity that's going to slow down the macro move upwards. It's just going to limit our gains. So over the next coming days, what I want you to do is to watch very closely if Jasmy is capable of holding support outside of this zone or if it's going to fall back within this zone. Because if it falls back within this zone, it's definitely not the most bullish news ever, and it would be a little bit bit sucky to some degree, because again, it's gonna limit the amount of gains that we can see in the next leg to the upside. Now guys, don't forget, if you guys do want to get even more updates from me on Jasmy, we post a ton of Jasmy videos here on the channel. Every couple of days I like to update you on what is going on with Jasmy. Remember, this is a brand new channel, less than 2 months old, so if you do enjoy the content and find it valuable, you can always let me know by smashing that subscribe button, joining the family, joining the squad. And I do also have a Patreon that is linked down below if you want to check it out. I post some daily technical analysis, fundamental analysis, a newsletter. I have a professional trader in there giving his signals. I have my buys and sells, my portfolio, and much more. So you can check that out down in the description below. And of course, I can't wait to catch up with you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.